Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing my June TBR video, and bear with me because my throat is starting to kill me. I just filmed my BEA book haul and it was an hour and a half long, I think. Raw footage. It's not going to be that long when you see it. Well, actually you will have already seen it. But anyway, now that I've got a lot of arcs on my plate, I have a lot of reading to do. I'm really looking forward to diving in and making my spreadsheet because I'm cool like that. I was picking out my TBR for June and realized that I'm just kind of craving like some thrillery books. So I have a lot of like spooky kinds of thrillers that I'm planning on reading, which is unusual because I usually go for contemporary in summer, but I don't know, these are just like calling to me. So here we go. The first book on my list is Wildcard by Marie Lu. I am planning on reading this one like almost immediately after I finish filming. I have a little bit left in Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, and I will be finishing that up tonight and starting Wildcard before the end of the night as well. I cannot wait to read this. It's the conclusion to Warcross. I've been like dying for this book. I'm so excited to read it, and yeah, I just like can't wait to find out what's going to happen and how the story is going to wrap up. For those who don't know, it is about a girl named Emika who is a bounty hunter, and she got kind of swept away and offered this like really crazy job within the world of Warcross to find a security breach during their final championship. But things got very crazy and there were lots of twists and turns, and I'm really looking forward to finding out how everything is going to play out. Next on my list is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This is Victoria's next middle grade novel, and it is more on like the spooky side, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. It says a haunted girl, an adventure like no other, and there's like a little shadow cat there. It follows a girl named Cassidy Blake who's able to see ghosts, and her parents get this job hosting a television show about all of the haunted places within Scotland. And then Cass ends up meeting someone who shares her gift for being able to see ghosts. She ends up learning a lot about herself, and she needs to do so very quickly because it turns out that the City of Ghosts is a very dangerous place. My friend Lily was kind enough to lend this to me, so I need to like read it as soon as I can and give it back to her. Then, as you may remember, I was absolutely obsessed with the book This Is Our Story by Ashley Elston, and Disney was kind enough to send me a copy of her next book, which is called The Lying Woods. I'm really into this cover. I think it's really beautiful. I mean, it says cover not final, but I hope that it might be because it looks really cool. I like that the tree has two shadows. It's like two shadows of people. She always has really interesting things going on with her cover. And it follows a guy named Owen who goes to boarding school, and he's always been like very rich, but then his mom comes and drops this bombshell on him that his entire life has pretty much been funded by stolen money, and his father vanishes without a trace, and Owen and his mother are left to deal with the fallout. So he returns back home to his small Louisiana town to finish up his senior year of high school, and as I'm sure you can imagine, everyone there hates him because his father has embezzled tons of money and stolen from everyone's retirement funds who lives in that small town. And he's trying to figure out exactly what it is that happened because he did receive a cryptic note from his father like days before he left boarding school. So Owen is trying to cope with this new life where everyone hates him and also find out the truth about what exactly happened. Then I've got Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the third book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I'm so excited to read this because I really loved Carrie's first two books. They were so good, and this one is set in New York and on a cruise ship, and it just sounds like it's going to be so cool and that there's going to be elements of magic since it is Houdini. The previous two were based on Stalking Jack the Ripper and Dracula, so there's always like a historical element to them, and they're very well researched. And if you can't handle some kind of graphic anatomy type things, you might not want to read the series because there are some, especially in Stalking Jack the Ripper, there are some photographs of like the tools that he used and stuff. Like it's all told from a very medical perspective, so it's really interesting, but I know it can make some people like a tiny bit queasy, but I truly love the series. I really love the two main characters, Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell. They are perfect, and I can't wait to continue on their adventure, and I'm really hoping that Carrie will write more books featuring them because they're just so entertaining and I love them. Then I'm planning on reading Campfire by Sean Sarles. This is another kind of horror mystery book that comes out in July, and it reminds me of Are You Afraid of the Dark, which I was obsessed with when I was younger. It follows a girl named Maddie who goes into the woods with a lot of her close friends and family, and they all like sit around a campfire and are telling each other scary stories. And she tells the story about the mountain men who hunt unsuspecting campers and then carve antlers into their head. And then the day after telling this story, it starts coming true and everyone is being hunted within the woods, and it sounds like really scary and really exciting, and I'm so on board for it. I cannot wait to read it. It actually comes out in July, so it comes out very soon, so it's definitely one to keep an eye out for. And then lastly, I would like to read Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Jennifer Lynn Barnes wrote The Fixer and The Long Game. I think that those are in my frame, but I really loved that series. It was like, oh, actually, This Is Our Story is right there also. That might be just out of frame, but that's funny. They were very underrated books, but they were political thrillers and they really held my interest. And now this is her new book coming out. There's actually a finished cover for it now, and it's so beautiful. It's white and it has all of these like blush rose petals just like falling, and it's so gorgeous, and it actually makes a lot more sense than this cover because it says never trust a debutante, and it follows a girl named Sawyer whose estranged grandmother shows up at her door and offers her a 6-figure deal to participate in debutante season, and she really only agrees because she wants to find out the big mystery behind her father, who she has never known. But she actually ends up making friends, and as you can imagine, that everyone else seems to have secrets of their own, but Sawyer is very interested in kind of poking into the past just so that she can learn more about her father. So her friends are kind of helping her out, but there are other people who are trying to like get her off of the trail, and it just sounds like it's going to be very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. So I'm definitely going to be reading more books than just that, but these are the ones that like first popped out to me that I really want to read very soon. I think also partially because I'm so tired right now and I'm a mood reader. I'm just in the mood for something that's going to be like action-packed and hold my attention. So these are ones that I'm very, very excited for. I do have a ton of others also that I want to read, but these are 5 that I think I'm definitely going to be reading within June. So let me know what is on your TBR and if you're excited for any of the books that I mentioned, and I will see you guys soon in a new video. Bye!